Resetting boundaries is a normal part of a healthy relationship. Additionally, resetting boundaries in a toxic or unhealthy relationship is critical and crucial for your well being. Here are 10 therapeutic tips that can help you reset and reestablish boundaries. Number one, recognize the red flags. Take note of behaviors that make you feel uncomfortable, violated, or feel disrespected. Identifying these signs is the first step towards changing the dynamic of the relationship. This way, when you spot the red flag, you can immediately interrupt the cycle by articulating and holding the new boundary. Number two, set clear limits. Start by establishing clear boundaries in your own mind about what's acceptable and what's not acceptable in the relationship. This requires a level of self-awareness, reflection, and introspection. Once you've determined the boundary, you can be honest about how the violation of that boundary makes you feel, and you can discuss this within the relationship. These boundaries will guide your actions and conversations moving forward, and it can help others to honor the boundaries that you've set. Number three, communicate assertively. Assertively, right? Express your boundaries clearly and confidently without feeling guilty or ashamed. Remember that aggressive and assertive are two different things, they're not the same thing. Be careful in understanding that assertiveness involves communicating how you feel about a situation or circumstance, whereas aggressiveness pushes past that in efforts to change another person's feelings or position about the circumstance. Remember to use I statements to communicate your needs and concerns, and try not to allow the pendulum to swing the other way. My clients will know what that means. Number four, be consistent. Stick to your boundaries even if it's challenging. When you reset the balance in a relationship, it is going to disrupt the system that is currently set. So people do not like change in general, whether good change or bad change. Change in and of itself can be jarring. So allow people to adjust to the new paradigm. Consistency helps to establish the new standard in any given relationship. Number five, practice self-care. Focus on self-care to build your emotional resilience. Self-care helps you to reintroduce yourself to yourself. Engage in activities that bring you joy and help you feel grounded rather than being overly concerned about how your actions are impacting those around you. It's okay to be a little bit selfish when resetting or setting boundaries. Number six, seek support. Confide in trusted friends, family, or therapists, especially if they can model normal, healthy boundaries in their relationships. Having the support can provide you with validation and guidance as you navigate resetting boundaries. Number seven, learn to say no. I will say this over and over again. No is a complete whole sentence, and it's more than okay to say it without any explanation. Say no to things that compromise your well-being or make you feel uncomfortable. People often say that they don't like saying no because it makes them feel bad, but in any given relationship, there's a potential for someone to be uncomfortable, and I always say it doesn't always have to be you. Saying no is an important part of setting boundaries. Number eight, create distance if needed. If the toxicity persists despite your best efforts, or if people continue to violate or push past your boundaries, consider creating some physical or emotional distance for your own mental health. There are some people that you may need to disconnect from while you heal. While I don't advocate severe isolation or ghosting everyone, it's important to disconnect from people who are toxic or abusive or recreate toxic and abusive patterns. Number nine, educate yourself. Read about healthy relationships, boundary setting, and communication techniques. I am one who loves books, and I have a few of my favorite books about boundaries here. One is Boundaries by Dr. Cloud and Townsend, and then the other one is Boundaries, Where You End and Where I Begin. It's by Anne Catherine. So reading and knowledge empowers you to make informed decisions. For those that struggle with identifying healthy patterns but are not big fans of books like I am, I have about 8 bookcases in my house. Look for films that illustrate both healthy and unhealthy relationship patterns to see if you can spot the red flags. A few of my favorites are When a Man Loves a Woman. I know it's an old movie, but it's a good movie. Anywhere But Here is also great, and a movie called 1985 is good. If you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments. And number 10, be patient with yourself. Resetting boundaries takes time and effort and energy. Be patient and kind to yourself throughout the process. Most of the times, we are doing the best we can. So make sure you're offering yourself grace. Be offering yourself grace is the beginning of good emotional boundaries. Remember, resetting relationship boundaries in toxic or unhealthy relationships, it can be difficult, but it is courageous, and it is the first step in reclaiming your autonomy for your emotional and mental health and well-being. Anything that you do to foster emotional health and wellness is good for you. And so, like I always say, while I am a licensed clinician, licensed therapist, I might not be your licensed therapist. So please, if you find any of this information useful or helpful, or you want to talk about it more, please reach out to a professional that they can assist you in your journey. And remember, if you like this content, please subscribe to this channel so that you can get more of it.